The following program is being brought to you live from Burbank in compatible color, pioneered and developed by RCA. The Sunday Spectacular presents Inside Beverly Hills. This is beautiful Beverly Hills, the most glamorous small town in the world. Beverly Hills, beauty queen of the USA. Beverly Hills, tonight in quiet dignity, observing its 50th anniversary. Come stroll with Art Linkletter through these 90 informal minutes and see life in Beverly Hills as it really is. For such is the mood of this nationwide color cast. An intimate little event with no pretense. And a few folks dropping in, such as Groucho Marx, Tony Martin, Peter Lufford, Chico Marx, Helen O'Connell, Gordon Jenkins and his orchestra, Rory Calhoun, Robert Cummings, Lorraine Day, Jimmy Durante, Leo DeRocher, Samuel Goldwyn, Corinne Griffith, Harold Lloyd, Harpo Marx, Eleanor Powell, James Stewart, Cornell Wilde, Gene Wallace, Harry War... Stop! If I read the whole list, there wouldn't be any time for the program. Here's the head man of the show, Art Linkletter.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. As your Sunday night host on these spectaculars, I've had the pleasure of introducing many great stars of comedy and music and drama. Tonight, our real headliner among all the stars you're going to meet is a city, the glamorous city of Beverly Hills, celebrating its 50th anniversary. And what a town this is. You know that in the next year, there'll be 5 million tourists come to California, and most of them will wind up on Sunset Boulevard paying 50 cents to a little old lady sitting under an umbrella who's selling souvenir maps of how you get to the movie stars' homes. Now, in this next hour and a half, we're going to take you on a tour to some of these homes, except it won't cost you 50 cents. And in our case, the stars and their families will come out of their homes and chat with us. Stars like Jimmy Stewart and Jimmy Durante and Cornell Wilde and Bob Cummings and many others. Incidentally, speaking of this town, down here at the end of our speakers table is the man who started the whole thing, Mr. Burton Green. 50 years ago, he bought the entire land and he planned to drill for oil. Went down 7,000 feet and ran into Rudolph Valentino. So it became a town instead of movie stars. And here is his honor, Mayor George Davis. And for those of you, down, Mayor, down. You see, a mayor is always ready with a speech. The minute his name is mentioned, he gets up to talk. For those of you who enjoy hearing mayors speak, I have disappointing news for you. There'll be no speeches tonight. But you know, His Honor and all of us here are very proud of our little town. It is a little town, only 4 square miles, surrounded by the hundreds of square miles of the city of Los Angeles. Now, Beverly, as you may know, is smog-free. No smog would dare to come into our town. It's restricted, you know. Uncle Sam loves Beverly Hills because what taxes he takes out of this place. The average of the 30,000 people who live in this town are the highest paid workers per capita in the whole world. Did you know that? We have people who have Jaguars to stand on while they wash their Cadillacs. And while many of them work in Los Angeles or Hollywood, when evening comes, they drive home to Beverly in their Brinks armored trucks. As a matter of fact, it's a name-dropper's paradise. I see a great pal of mine, a fellow citizen of ours who has had his headquarters in Beverly Hills for 16 years, occupied the offices held by Will Rogers before he did and his partner. Andy of Amos and Andy, Charlie Carell, right down there. Charlie. And one of our guests over there has got a newspaper spread out in front of him. I guess he's taking no chances on the caliber of our Naturally, he's the editor of the Beverly Hills Citizen, Bill Reeder. And he has, of course, a great town to write about. This is quite an unusual place. Do you know nobody can be born or die in this town officially? There are no hospitals, no cemeteries for humans. Of course, there are 17 dog hospitals because there are 20,000 dogs. And I don't know, that reminds me, there are 30,000 trees in the town. And these trees, like everything else, get the best care that money can buy. In fact, we have some of our tree surgeons here that are so rich They won't make house calls. You have to bring the tree down to their office. It's a very swanky place. There's a newcomer to Beverly Hills, the husband of lovely Lorraine Day, lovely Leo DeRocher. If we don't get a major league team on the coast by next year, don't look for Leo in Beverly. He'll be in Glendale. We have an empty chair right here, ladies and gentlemen, and this is one of the most important chairs in the room. I'll tell you about it later. And by the way, see, next to this empty chair is one of our motion picture pioneers, Corinne Griffith, who is one of our fine citizens in Beverly. Here's a name known all over the world, seated right in front of us, Mike Romanoff. And he has catered the entire affair. Mike? I'm going to tell you the calories were grand. Caviar as big as olives. Come to think of it, this first time I ever eat caviar with pits. Beverly is a home-loving community, ladies and gentlemen. There isn't a nightclub in town, but who cares? It's so wonderful to stay home with the kids. And wouldn't it be wonderful if some night the kids would stay home too? Well, anyway, speaking of Beverly Hills children, they are the very brightest. Chico Marx, what brings you here?
I'm lost. Where do I sit?
You are not lost. You are trying to sneak into this program, and you do not live in Beverly Hills.
Well, it's a long show. I'll move to Beverly Hills.
Well, everybody's trying to get into the act, huh? Don't move to Wilshire Boulevard, Chico, because at this moment it's jammed with humanity, because this is Beverly Hills' 50th anniversary, and from corner to corner and block to block, tourists and shoppers are dancing on beautiful Wilshire Boulevard.
I'm a Rory Calhoun. I live in the Beverly Hills.
Chico, out of here. You're not Rory Calhoun.
All right, I'm moving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, for a more reasonably accurate facsimile of Rory Calhoun, we'll go to his Beverly Hills home in just a moment.
Nobody's going to take any midnight rides on this road.
Just let's see Sister Cinderella get past all this.
Oh, yes, she can, thanks to...
You and us, the US Rovers, so join us, discover the world of us.
Oh, gentlemen, isn't this pumpkin supposed to be ready for Cinderella tonight?
Oh, that's a big waste of sleeping time. With Cinderella's sisters putting all that stuff in the road, all we'll get is blowouts.
Blowouts? Let me refer you to the man who can handle that for you. You just step over to the dealer who sells Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters.
And I told them what I tell all my customers. Put a curtain of safety between your family and this. A curtain of flexible steel that blowout-proofs the vital tread area. And the only tire built with flexible steel is the new Safety Age U.S. Royal Master. Look at these knife-sharp axe blades. Watch in slow motion as ordinary tires run over them. Now see how Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters take them in stride. Look what happened to the ordinary tubeless tire on the left. But nothing got through the Safety Age U.S. Royal Master. Because under the tread of this tire are 18,000 threads of flexible steel floating in rubber. A flexible steel safety crown which guards the vital tread area. So to surround your family with safety, surround them with steel. Surround them with the safest tires ever built. Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters.
So our friends took their dealer's advice. Yes, they put U.S. Royal Masters on Cinderella's magnificent car. Purred right over those road hazards.
Hey, it's midnight. Everything should disappear. But these tires don't go away.
Appears you don't remember my telling you that nothing, but nothing could harm Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters.
So if it's a tire, golf balls you require,
For chair coverings, get dog a high.
on the tree of us, everything grows. In the world of us, everyone knows. The us is U.S. rubber for your family, by no other. Always look for us.
The Beverly Hills story is the story of the people who live in it. So, tourists, let's go out and meet one of them now as our signal our cameraman out at Rory Calhoun's house just north of Sunset Boulevard.
This is one of the most romantic movie stars at home, and his romantic wife engaged in romantic household duties. That snapping sound you hear is a million American girls' dreams being shattered.
Hello, Rory.
Oh, hello, Art. You can stop sweeping now, dear. You're not on camera.
You two are certainly a perfect picture of a hard-working married couple. How often do you mow that lawn, Rory?
Well, I don't know, Art. I've never mowed it before. Your boys brought the lawnmower.
And how about you, Lita Barron? Are you a real housewife, or are you still doing movie acting?
Well, more or less, Art, but I prefer this. It's much more fun.
How long you two been married?
7 years.
Gee, this is a cute little house you've got here. Quite a small house, isn't it?
Well, yeah, for this section it is, Art. We like a small place.
A lot of our viewers might think that a movie star would want a great big house. You aren't living up to the role of a big picture star, are you?
No, we just wanted something that was comfortable and homey, you know.
And you need a few rooms, only the two of you, aren't there?
Yeah, this is very small, but has 900 rooms.
900 rooms. That takes care of the dogs. Have you lived here long?
Just 3 years.
Huh? Who are some of your neighbors?
Well, let's see. On my right is Marvin Skink, and on my left is Abe Lyman, the orchestra leader.
Uh-huh. Who are some of the friends you see most when you're entertaining?
Oh, Howard Hill, Guy Madison, Ricardo Montalban, and 2 or 3 other people. George Nader.
Yvonne DiCarlo.
Yvonne DiCarlo. I gave her away.
Lita, I understand that you two are taking a glamorous trip to Africa.
Yes, we are.
Well, I guess you folks better get back to your housekeeping. You got the rest of the lawn to mow, right?
Oh, no, that's not part of your deal. You boys said you'd finish mowing the lawn for me.
Sure we will.
But this does happen to be our own broom, you know.
I'm glad there's still some things we can believe in. Goodbye, citizens.
Goodbye, Art. Nice seeing you.
Aren't those Calhoun's wonderful folks? Well, for another visit, let's hop over to North Cannon Drive. So, over there, light 'em up, boys.
Here we we are on North Cannon Drive at the Georgian colonial home of Harpo Marx, which he built for his family 18 years ago. There's Harpo now. Hello, Harpo. You are Harpo, aren't you? And you live in Beverly Hills? You like Beverly Hills? Oh, you don't talk. Oh, I see. You talk to your family? Where is your family? Where are the kids? Oh, there's Minnie. Any more? There's Jimmy. Any more? And there's Alex. Well, you know, I can't wait to see Mrs. Marx. I wonder if she's going to have a wig. Oh, there she is. Now, Harpo, you must talk. For instance, you go to a butcher shop. You couldn't get any meat because you couldn't order. You did it. Well, I tell you, I give up with you. There's Mrs. Marx now, Susan Fleming of the motion pictures. Once upon a time, huh, Susan? Tell us, does he ever talk? Can't you get anything out of him?
Never have.
Try it, will you? Well, the kids must know what their daddy says. Alex, do you know what your daddy said? Oh. Well, Susan, what do you do as a family most of the time here in Beverly Hills?
Usually pack for Palm Springs.
Oh, I see. I understand, of course, everybody has a swimming pool. Do you have a swimming pool?
Oh, sure.
Uh-huh. Is it like any other swimming pool?
Well, it's filled in with dirt.
Why did you fill the pool in, Susan?
Well, the cook kept falling in.
Oh, very good reason. Who are your neighbors, Susan?
Well, Raj Russell lives right behind us.
Uh-huh. And who do you see socially for fun in the house?
Oh, Roz and George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Uh-huh. You see your famous brothers very often?
Oh, very often. It's a very close family.
Yeah. Where's Groucho right now?
He's probably floating around Beverly Hills. He loves to walk.
Oh, yes. Well, thanks very much for letting us drop in on Citizen Harpo Marx and family. By the way, where did you say Groucho usually is?
Well, he'll be down the village. He's called the Squire of Beverly Hills.
Well, goodbye.
Bye.
This is my city. It's called Beverly Hills. I love my city. I've been walking the streets of Beverly for 30 years. I have to walk. I can't find a place to park. This is one of the busiest streets in Beverly Hills. It isn't really a street. It's a cheap set. But I love this cheap set. For a spectacular, it didn't have to be this cheap. Let me tell you a few facts about my city. In 1871, Beverly Hills was a big field of lima beans. The natives ate, drank, and slept lima beans. And that's why we had 600 doctors in Beverly Hills. Imagine 600 doctors for only 30,000 people. Well, I warn you, don't get sick on Wednesday, Saturday, or Sunday. Because in those days, the doctors are all on the golf courses. We also have 500 lawyers. This makes Beverly Hills the sickest and crookedest town in the country. But I love my sick and crooked city. We're a friendly community. We have our share of brotherly love and plenty of the other kind, too. This is the other kind.
Hello, Mr. Marx.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm just a Beverly Hills housewife.
Well, the secret word is Crestview 69438.
Bye-bye, Mr. Marx.
Bye. I love my city, but I love that housewife more. There's one thing automation won't replace. Here comes the Beverly Hills housewife. No, that's the village blacksmith. Huh?
It's time for you to visit the camera store.
Yes. She's $92.80 for doing that bit. I did it for $30. He's left over from the Vicky Lee show. How do you do? I left some film, a roll of movie film to be developed. Is it ready?
The name?
The name? You don't know your own name? Running a shop here?
When did you leave this roll of film?
30 years ago.
Oh, here we are, sir. Just came in this morning.
Good thing I marked it rush. Let's see it. Put it on there and roll it. There's Leatrice Joy. She got that hat in the Green Bay Packers. And judging from that sweater, she's still on the team. There's Ed Mallow, the worst dressed man in Beverly Hills. He stole that sweater off a totem pole. He tried to give it back, but the totem pole wouldn't accept it. Now there's Leatrice Joy again. No, that's Ned Spark in kilts. He was supposed to play golf with Leatrice Joy in that other scene, but she wouldn't play with him until he went home and put on his pants. There's Mary Pickford. No, that's Lon Chaney, right after he reached the third plateau. That's when quiz shows paid off in gold, not the inflated paper money they give away today. Well, here, take this roll and have it developed, and I'll be back in 30 years, huh? Well, I'll be back until when the show's over. Well, hello, little girl. Who are you?
I'm your daughter, Melinda.
Oh, Melinda, my little tax exemption. How are you? What are you doing here? You on your way home?
No, I'm going to hear Tony Martin sing in a minute.
Tony Martin? Wouldn't you rather hear me sing?
No, Daddy, I've heard you sing.
Well, would you consider doing a duet with me?
All right. I've always tried to be a good daughter.
Well, hop right up here.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes,
No, you can. No, you can. No, you can.
Anything you can be, I can be greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater than you.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes,
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I can shoot a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yeah.
So can a rat. Anything you can sing, I can sing louder. I can sing anything louder than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes,
No, you can. No, you can. No, you can.
Looking for Cinderella, you're never sure.
Whether you're man
Or mouse, but you're always sure of driving safety thanks to
You and us, with us, your safety's a must.
and a mouse-eye view of the Safety Age U.S. Royal Master tire shows you why it's so safe. Put your foot on the brake and thousands of gripping surfaces on this patented tread stop skids before they start.
Ordinary tires take too long to stop your car on wet roads, but U.S. Royal Masters stop you many car lengths quicker.
Yes, new Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters are the safest tires ever built. Safest because they not only stop you faster, but they are the only tires made with this safety crown of flexible steel. 18,000 threads of steel. That means nothing like this can cause a blowout in the vital tread area.
So to surround your family with safety, surround them with steel. Surround them with the safest tires ever built. Safety Age U.S. Royal Masters.
The us is U.S. rubber for your family. By no other, always look for us.
Late one night last year, the imagination of two songwriters in Beverly Hills produced a few simple notes and words that would capture the imagination of the whole world, sent from their hearts to the hearts of everyone by messengers like Tony Martin. hear more from Beverly Hills citizen Tony Martin a little later. But this is one of the two men who wrote the song you just heard, Mr. Paul Webster. Congratulations,
Thanks
Paul.
very much, Art. I want to give credit to Sammy Fain for writing a beautiful tune.
Sammy Fain, he doesn't live in Beverly Hills. The heck with him. Gotta go now. It's time to visit citizen Jimmy Durante on North Beverly Drive. Jimmy, this is Art Linkletter on the Beverly Hills 50th Anniversary Compatible Color Spectacular.
Compatible? How are you, Art?
You love that, don't you, Jimmy?
Boy, if it's compatible, I know it's bad.
I know that you're a single man living there in the middle of Beverly Hills, but doesn't it get kind of lonesome living by yourself?
Lonesome? Just a minute. Come on out here, fellas.
Oh, boy, you may not have any family, but you got a lot of friends.
Well, you know, this is Eddie Jackson, Jules Bafana, my pianist, Jack Roth, my drummer, and Louis Cohen.
Who are they?
Who are they?
Why'd they come to be here?
Well, you know, they came in yesterday for a cup of coffee. They found out where the steaks were, and they're still here.
Real freeloaders. Actually, Jimmy, this is where you rehearse your great piano, isn't it?
Yeah. No, not actually in the main house. We got a little house in the back.
Oh, is that room soundproof back there?
Soundproof, I should say so. All the neighbors chipped in.
Jimmy, you've lived in Beverly Hills, this home, for a number of years. What do you like best about Beverly Hills?
Well, I'm proud to live in a community which enables me to participate in the many cultural and intellectual activities so near and dear to my heart. Thank you, Adelaide Stevenson, for writing me that speech. I'll see you later. Oh, yeah, back to the stage. Yeah.
You can always depend on Jimmy. Now, a few blocks up from the Durante home, our cameras are trained on another famous personality's home. All right, boys. This is the home of Robert Cummings. It's a simple little Dutch colonial house, very cutely trimmed in red, and here comes Bob now. My, the house is littler than I thought. Hello, Bob.
Oh, hello, Art. How are you?
What are you doing?
Well, I'm just repairing a stove here for my daughter, Melinda.
I notice you still have your makeup on, Bob.
Well,
you been working?
Well, naturally, it's Sunday, you see. In television, we work 7 days a week.
Oh, Bob.
Yes.
Can we meet some of your family?
Oh, certainly. Folks, would you come out, please? Yeah, this is my son, Robert. Art, you know him, of course.
Hello, Robert.
9 years old, and I think he's a PFC now.
Fine.
He's pretty frightened Charlie. Now, you stand right there. Melinda? And Melinda, she is, did I say he was 7 years old?
No.
No, he's 9.
9.
Melinda is 7 years old.
7.
And can you smile for them? Remember how I told you can miss all that? Yes, very good.
What about your other little girl?
Oh, and my wife and all that? Oh, she doesn't feel very well today.
The little,
Yeah, she has a little temperature.
What's her name?
That's Patricia.
Patricia, how old is Patricia?
Sharon Patricia is 7.
Oh, and she's
she's 4.
She's 4.
Yes.
These are your children.
I do get a little confused.
They're your children?
Yes.
Oh, fine.
Yes.
Now, where did you say Mary is?
Oh, Mary's over in front of the playhouse with the baby.
Oh, we'll join her.
Fine. Let's go over there, kids. Fine.
This is the Bob Cummings home in the north part of Beverly Hills. Unlike most of the homes in town, it's really up in the hills. Here comes Mrs. Bob Cummings now. Mary Cummings, who used to be Mary Elliott, a starlet at MGM. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Art.
Who's that you're holding?
This is Laurel.
How old is Laurel?
9 months.
Oh,
Say
isn't
hello,
she
Uncle
pretty? She's number 4, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
Well, Mary, we know that you're very active in life here in Beverly Hills, PTA and Cub Scouts and your own gang. And here's Bob and the rest of them.
You're wonderful.
Mary, how do you have the inside of your house furnished?
We have it 18th century English with Chinese and modern and sort of Cummings influences.
It almost broke me, you know.
Cummings in. That means pretty girls all over the place? Pretty girl.
Come on out,
This is little Patricia, who's been kind of sick, but she suddenly got well when she heard there were cameras around.
Come here,
darling.
Come here. You know, cameras don't go all over the earth.
Bob, outside of this wonderful family and all of your TV work, what are you interested in mostly around town?
Mary, and then, of course, you know, I have my airplane.
Yeah, you fly at weekends.
Yeah, and then the TV show takes about 7 days a week of
And you're
work.
the president of the Stereo Realist Society.
Naturally, who made me? You.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, and then we have a lot of charities that we take care of, you know, Mary and myself in Beverly Hills and Los Angeles, all over the country. It keeps us busy.
And Mary and Bob, don't forget to keep a few weeks open in the spring to go to France with us.
Oh, that's right.
You won't forget. I hope you won't.
Get to France. You and
travel with us to Europe.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Cummings family. Bob, good luck to you.
Thank you, Art. So
Thanks
nice
for
to
letting us
see you.
drop in.
Fine.
Thank
Come
you
over
for
again
coming.
sometime.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hope you're enjoying the tour. That's a real fine family, the Cummings. Good churchgoers, too. In fact, on Sunday morning, Beverly Hills is no different than your community. For example, in your town, many a busy mother finds time to teach Sunday school, to share her faith with those of the children of her community. Such a mother in our town is Eleanor Powell, Mrs. Glenn Ford.
The Bible. The Old Testament tells at great length the history of the Hebrew people. The New Testament, which contains the teachings of Christ, is the source and foundation of the Christian religion. But we must never forget that Christianity was Hebrew in origin. The Hebrew nation was always small, but its influence upon the modern world is greater than all the other ancient nations combined. And now, boys and girls, are we ready for our biblical quiz?
Yeah.
We'll have to go very fast and see just how many questions you can answer. Jack, what was the name of the boy we first studied about in the Old Testament?
Abraham.
And Cheryl, where did he live? In the city of Ur. And what did the people worship there, Welton?
Idols.
They worship idols. And Mary, what river overflowed, bringing death to a great many people?
The Euphrates River.
And what kind of, Stephen, do you know what kind of roofs they had in those days?
Flat top.
And why were there flat tops, Betty?
Because they could look down and worship the gods.
That's perfectly right. Jack, tell me, what was Abraham's father's name?
Abraham's father was Terah.
And did Terah teach Abraham to worship idols?
And that was Eleanor Powell's own Sunday school class. Her movie career has given pleasure to millions, but I think her second career makes the first unimportant when you see the faces of those children. Incidentally, that boy in the blue suit looked a little like Peter Lawford at the age of 8. In a moment, you'll see the latest Peter Lawford in a very unlikely role. Do you recognize this lady? She's the most valuable person in Southern California. She's a tourist. And her name is?
Mrs. Mabel Taylor.
And where are you from?
I'm from Toronto, Canada.
Well, isn't it fun to sit here with such stars as Mr. and Mrs. DeRocher?
It certainly is.
They're real old-timers. How long have you lived in Beverly?
About 3 years, Art.
Your roots are deep, deep. Lorraine, what do you think the average tourist thinks about our Hollywood stars?
Well, I don't know. I guess they think that stars lead a very easy life, that everything is done for them, and, well...
Do you feel that way?
I feel that way. I think they have a very easy life.
Most people do. We took a survey of 1,000 tourists. And here's the way I imagine the average day in the life of a movie star. In this case, Peter Lawford.
Twinkle, my dear star, you're the greatest, yes you are. Have your beef shots and champagne, ice pack on your throbbing brain. Twinkle, twinkle, my dear star, time to get up out of bars.
Ah! I've gone blind! Excuse me, sir. Oh, that's better. Give me Noella Parsons.
She's always connected, sir.
Hello? Hello, Noella, darling. This is Peter. Yes, I have an exclusive for you, darling. You may tell the world that I awoke this afternoon at 3:15. Say what? Yes? It's exclusive. Bye-bye. You get the head hopper.
She's always on the red phone, sir.
Hello? Hello, darling. Same thing.
Your new psychiatrist is here, sir.
Ah, your name, please?
It's Lawford!
What did you dream, Mr. Lawford?
No, I don't think you quite heard me. Lord!
What did you dream, please?
No, I had the most terrible dream. I dreamt I was an ordinary person, making $20,000 a year, living in an ordinary house of perhaps 8, 10, 15 rooms, and there were only 2 cars in the garage. It was ghastly. Doctor, what does it all mean?
You hate your mother.
Doctor, when do you want to see me again?
Any day except Wednesday, Saturday, or Sunday. Because on those days, his psychiatrist goes to see his psychiatrist who's playing golf.
Cigarette? No. I want king-sized cigarettes. Thank you. Right? Be here at the same time tomorrow, but don't bring the cigarettes. I'm trying to give up smoking.
I beg pardon, sir. The gardener wants to have a word with you.
My only contact with the lower set.
Hey, boss, I got a good news for you.
What?
I'm in love with your wife. I want to marry her.
Of course, old boy. See my lawyer, he'll handle all the details.
You handle the details, I handle your wife.
The studio is calling, sir. They want to know if you'll hurry. They're waiting for you on the set.
You tell them if they want me in that picture, they'll have to come over here to shoot it.
Yes, sir. Oh, one more thing, sir. Your wife is here.
Oh.
Hello, Peter.
Hello, Theda.
Sorry to intrude, Peter, but the gardener's in love with me. Wants to get married.
Well, of course. Share the community property as usual. You take everything.
Of course. It was fun while it lasted, Peter. But 6 months is a long time, you know. Bye-bye.
Bye. It's a pity. Good gardeners are so hard to find.
The picture people are here, sir, to shoot the scene.
Peter, you are the greatest actor in the whole world.
Yes, I know.
We now get ready to shoot the big love scene. Camera. And now make a nice love to the big dame. A big love to the dame, excuse me.
I love you dreadfully. I love you dreadfully. No, that's enough of this. I'm terribly tired.
What a scene. What an actor. This picture going to sell plenty popcorn.
Well, Mrs. Taylor, now, you see, that's the way the tourist thinks. You don't believe that's really true, do you?
Well, I think it's a little exaggerated.
Well, I'll show you how exaggerated it is. Peter, could you come over here and meet Mrs. Taylor from Toronto, Canada? Stand up, Miss Taylor. Here he comes. Hello, Pete. This is Mrs. Taylor.
How are you, Miss Taylor?
Now tell her the truth.
Now, please tell the people back home that Chico Marx is not my gardener, and I don't have a psychiatrist.
As a matter of fact, you don't have a king-size cigarette girl either, do you?
No, afraid not.
And he lives a pretty rough life. You know, I was out the set the other day watching him make a picture. They were really working you.
Well, I had 2 hours of fencing, 4 hours of riding, 3 hours of tap dance.
And then forget the big fight scene.
I'll never forget it.
That great big bruiser?
Yeah.
You had to learn judo. He grabbed you around the throat. He threw you down like this.
Yes. You're overacting.
He's sitting in Leo's lap pretty soon.
It's our line, please.
The tourist gets here. You see, Mrs. Taylor, today stars do everything.
That's the line.
Do you hear me, Minnesota? Yeah. Texas, Maine, South Dakota. Indiana, Tennessee, and Georgia, too. We do. Get up near me, both Carolinas. All you West Virginia miners. There's some gossip going round that isn't true. Seems a fella in Kentucky claims that movie stars are lucky that they ride around all day in touring cars. And a gal in Arizona says that movie stars are phony, that they spend some time at work but more in bars. Yes. And though there's humor in the rumor, to believe her isn't right. Movie stars outwork a beaver every morning, noon, and night. Everything. Stars are not afraid. Stars must fence with sing, even get to shade. On the screen they fight with shuddering brutality. They kill off extras with a smiling informality. Stars do everything. Ride the wildest horse. Let the bullets sing. They stay right on course. Even stars with two left feet who just can't dig their beat. When the camera rolls, you are a dancing king. To close, we'll say P.S. We're loaded with finesse. In the winter, summer, spring. Stars really do everything.
One fella down there continues to applaud. That's Beverly Hills citizen Harry Warren, who wrote the original, You're My Everything. Nice song, Harry.
Got those now, we pause briefly for station identification. I'm begging you on bended knee, dear brothers and sisters, stay tuned to NBC.
For station identification. Then you're all set to visit the homes and families of James Stewart, Cornell Wilde, Samuel Goldwyn, and many other big stars. We'll have Tony Martin, Groucho Marx, and America's top songwriters, all part of this 50th birthday celebration of Beverly Hills.
Son, I'd like to say a few words about Texas.
Chico, I'm glad you said that, because one of the reasons we love Beverly Hills so much is because of the low taxes.
Some joke.
Well, tell me, Who wouldn't say that when you live in a town like this? And here's one of the reasons why. Mayor George W. Davis. This is your turn, Mayor. And George, I think you ought to tell the folks the main difference between being the mayor of, let's say, Beverly Hills and the mayor of New York.
Well, Art, you know, about $50,000.
You don't get any salary at all.
None.
Well, of course, it's fun to work here anyway.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the beautiful surroundings that I have. I wouldn't consider receiving any remuneration or salary.
The Beverly Hills citizens applaud you for that. After all, it's a pretty tough job. All night long in his office, up in the city hall, a light burns in the mayor's office. He's up there counting those pennies from the parking meters. But let's see some more of our city, Mayor. Calling mobile camera crew up on Laurel Lane.
Now, this is where a producer lives. Not just any producer, but one of the most famous of them all. Samuel Goldwyn, high up on one of Beverly's hills. Well, here is Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Goldwyn. And do you mind if I call you Francis and Sam?
I'd like that very much.
Sam, I understand that while you're the boss in the studio, that there's another...
This is the boss here.
It's her house, isn't it?
Every bit of it.
Let's talk to Francis then. How long have you lived here?
Oh, it's so long. 25, 26 years.
Built a house yourself?
Yes. But we had the land long before we built the house. My husband gave me this land on my first wedding anniversary, so that means we've had the land 29 and a half years, 30 years.
You've been married 30 years.
31 almost.
31. Grandparents, of course?
Yes, twice.
Uh-huh. Sam, how'd you happen to pick this hilltop site out? Because of the view?
She picked it out.
And you bought it?
She liked it. The idea is to have her like it. That's all that's necessary for me.
It's fun to live in Beverly, isn't it?
We like Beverly very much.
And we're delighted that
we're always glad to get back here.
We're delighted you're both citizens of our town. By the way, Sam, I know you'll be happy to learn my 18-year-old boy Jack went to see Guys and Dolls last night.
Did he like it?
He loved it, just the way the rest of us do.
Good.
Congratulations.
Makes me very happy to hear that.
Fine.
Thank you.
Her eyes are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She uses Maybelline, Maybelline, Maybelline.
And your eyes, too, can be beautiful when you use Maybelline. It's so easy. Start with Maybelline's new automatic eyebrow pencil. Use short, feathery strokes. Accent the natural line of your brows. Soften the effect with your fingertip. See how much more personality shows in your face. Now, the most important step of all, velvety smooth Maybelline mascara. Brush up and up. Every woman needs mascara because even brunette lashes are light at the tips. With Maybelline, your eyes look larger, so much lovelier. Even pale, skimpy lashes look longer, more luxuriant. See? Before Maybelline and after. See why the loveliest eyes in the world use Maybelline in such perfect taste. New Maybelline automatic eyebrow and eyeliner pencil. Maybelline eyeshadow. Maybelline solid or cream mascara. And for added beauty, Maybelline's new professional eyelash curler and precision tweezers. Why don't you try Maybelline?
All the guys make eyes at a girl whose eyes are lovely with Maybelline. Use Maybelline. Use Maybelline and you have lovely eyes.
You've heard the expression, it takes all kinds of people to make a world. Well, that cliche also applies to our little town of Beverly Hills. Consider the plight of Mr. Lefty Collins, as played by Sheldon Leonard.
Good evening. It would not be enough for me to say that this is my city and I love it. It'd be more to the point for me to say that this is my city and you can have it. To elucidate, let's go back to the day that I come to Beverly Hills looking to buy a house. Good evening, Mr. Exclusive Real Estate Agent.
Yes?
I'm Lefty Collins, who has come to Beverly Hills looking to buy a home.
Sit down. Now, you know Beverly Hills. One just can't come in and buy any house.
We try to fit the family to the home, so to speak.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know what I mean. Ein fauler Apfel speckt 100 an.
Ein fauler Apfel.
One rotten apple can ruin 100.
I don't think I like being referred to as a rotten apple.
I'm not saying anything derogatory about you. I don't know you.
From the way you talked, I thought you did.
Now, Mr. Collins, I don't have to tell you the code of Beverly Hills. Everyone knows we try to keep our people happy by having those in the upper brackets live apart from those in the lower bracket.
Well, of course, that's the only possible way to live. I certainly wouldn't want my wife to find out that she's not welcome when she goes next door to borrow a cup of champagne.
Then if I were you, I'd look in Brentwood.
Look, Mr. Exclusive Real Estate Agent, I don't think you're getting my message. I want to buy a house in Beverly Hills. Money is no object. Needless to say, I bought the house in Beverly Hills. It's right next door to the home of one of the most prominent movie stars in the racket, so naturally it behooved me to make the acquaintance of my distinguished neighbor at the earliest opportunity. Hello there, Mr. Distinguished Neighbor.
How do you do?
Hi, I'm Lefty Collins. We just moved in here. Next door. To you.
So I see.
Yeah. Hey, that's a nice-looking shack you got there. A place like that must cost maybe $250,000 potatoes, eh?
This house is not mine.
Huh?
It's Mr. Ronald Coleman's townhouse. I'm the butler.
Oh, yeah. Well, I should have known that from your cultured attitude. So you're the butler, huh? Hey, listen, but seeing as we just moved in here, my wife and I, we would like to extend an invitation to Mr. Coleman to drop in for maybe a chopped chicken liver sandwich and a glass of beer.
Mr. Coleman, chicken liver, beer?
Well, yeah, 2 beers if he wants them.
This is Beverly Hills. Ein fauler Apfel steht 100 an.
Yeah, how gauche of me to forget.
Rothingham! Yes, Rothingham! I'm talking to that new neighbor, sir.
Well, then spray yourself and come in here at once.
Certainly, sir. Good day, sir.
Yeah, see you around, but... Yeah, this is my city, and this is my kid. Well, my next problem was to get Junior here into a Beverly Hills school.
I'm sorry, sir. It's against school policy to allow your son to park his Mercedes-Benz in the same parking lot with the Cadillacs and the Imperials. He must park in the foreign car lot. I'm so sorry, dear. Yes?
Hello, Miss Principal of a Beverly Hills school. I'm Lefty Collins, who has just moved here from Las Vegas, and I'd like to get Junior here into the school.
You mean you wish to matriculate?
Do we get one answer between us?
Just what can I do for you?
Well, like I said, I want to get Junior here into the school.
Sit down, both of you. Both of you. Our standards are very high here, Mr. Collins. As you know, ein fauler Apfel steckt 100 an.
Every place I go in this town, they call me a rotten apple.
Oh, you're much too sensitive, Mr. Collins. Here at Beverly School, we're just as much interested in the parents as we are in the pupils. Now, tell me, what is your home life like?
What is? Well, just the average American family, I guess. After supper, we watch television, and then when Junior here finishes with his homework, then he and the wife and me, we deal out a little 5-card stud. Yeah, small stuff, dollar limit. Don't want to corrupt the kid, you see. Just the average American family.
Oh,
And your social life. I see here that you live next door to my good friend Ronald Colvin. Are you acquainted with him?
Well, no, but I know his butler.
I know his dog.
He knows his dog.
Just who are your friends?
Who, Could I try another category?
Please go on, Mr. Collins.
Yeah, who? Well, I know a couple of waiters at Linny's. No. Huh? Well, I know the counterman at Schwab's drugstore. My wife knows the checker at McDaniel's Market.
I know their dog.
He knows their dogs.
Well, when you become acclimated, perhaps you'll meet some people. In the meantime, have you thought of joining our PTA?
PTA? Is that on the Attorney General's list?
PTA, Mr. Collins, is the Parent Teachers Association.
Oh, well, in that case, we ain't eligible to join because, you see, we ain't the parents of any teachers. Just this one kid here, that's all.
Well, you run along now, and we'll have one of our investigators visit your home. We like to know how our pupils and their parents live. You know how it is. Ein Fowler, Apfel, Steck.
Steck 100 on your fathers.
That bum's never gonna make it.
Well, this was my city, and I'll give it to you like they give it to me. I am now in Pasadena, where I belong.
There's always somebody willing to turn an ash can in Beverly Hills. All right, tourists, let's go visiting again up on Hillcrest Road.
This is the home of Cornell Wilde and Jean Wallace, otherwise known as Mr. and Mrs. Cornell Wilde. Now, actually, it isn't their home. Front of the house are 14 bushes, 6 trees, 4 people. Let's talk to the people. Hey there, Cornell. Hey, Cornell.
Hello, Hart.
Hi, bet we surprised you dropping in on you and eavesdropping on Sunday afternoon.
Sure. We always have cameras and microphones on the lawn every Sunday afternoon.
Well, actually, we'd like to meet the whole family. Would you have them come on up back there in the lawn? I see your beautiful wife, Jean Wallace, and who are the 2 boys, Cornell?
Patty and Jeff.
How old are you, Patty?
12.
And Jeff?
10.
And Jean, don't you have some more in the house?
Yes, 2 more, but they have the sniffles.
Girls or boys?
Girls.
Girls.
How old are they?
17.
Well, that's
my
our
sister,
ward.
Who is our ward.
Oh.
And our daughter, Wendy, 12.
How long have you folks been living in Beverly Hills, Cornell?
5 years, about.
Aren't you a den mother or a pack leader or a wolf mother or something?
I'm a den mother, Den 3. Also handicraft chairman for PAC 77, and on the executive board. I'm very busy.
My. Who are your neighbors, Jean?
We don't know.
Why? Just moved here?
One has just moved in, the others we just don't see very much of.
Well, it's nice to step in and see your family out here having fun in this season. So, Cornell, Jean, Patty, Jeff, so long.
Now, surprise us again.
Sure.
To look at Cornell Wilde, you'd never believe that he goes to work every day and single-handedly kills 14 men before lunch. Of course, even back in the silent days, an actor labored day and night to achieve success. For example, one of Beverly's most celebrated citizens is that great guy, Mr. Harold Lloyd. Here is Harold as Lonesome Luke. Nobody was braver in silent pictures than Harold Lloyd, and the fact that they didn't make very good laundry baskets in those days didn't hurt any. But it's quite an enterprising young fellow who can make antics like these, pile up enough pennies to build a little estate like this. This is Harold Lloyd's driveway, his private route number 66, and if we don't meet with mishap, we should reach the main house before nightfall. We paused at the main swimming pool and bathhouse before going on for the rest of the journey. It is
It's now the next day and no sign of the Lloyd home. We know it's on the grounds as we hear voices from a far-off high-five. We're passing through the cypress gardens and the lily pond to the poplar gardens, one of the most beautiful scenes in all Beverly. So beautiful, when I get home, I'm going to kick my eucalyptus tree right in its uke. Our safari has reached the children's play yard. It's equipped with its own private Disneyland. I see signs of life. There's a human being. Oh, he's the head gardener in charge of 5 other gardeners. Now, come in, cameras, at the main house. Oh, hello, Harold.
Hi, Art.
Is this the whole family or is somebody missing?
Well, Gloria's not here. Looks like we're all lined up, too. This looks like... Ta-da! Gloria couldn't get here. She tried to, but she was working and was stuck.
Well, now, let's see. Reading from right to left, there's Harold, his wife Mildred, and his son Harold, and his daughter Peggy. You're grandmother, aren't you, Mildred?
Yes, Art. 1 5. 1 5 and 1 3.
Boys or girls?
1 boy and 1 girl.
I think the little girl's around the ground somewhere, isn't she?
I believe she is.
What's her name?
Suzanne.
And now, Mitty, as Harold calls you, or Mildred, what do you like to do best here?
Oh, I go to art school.
Learning to be a painter.
Well, I'm trying to.
You run your household.
Yeah.
Pretty big one. You have a lot of rooms here to take care of.
Yeah.
You remember how long you've lived here?
Yes, we built this around 29.
29?
Around 29.
How many acres you have around here?
I guess somewhere between 16 and 20.
Well, we're delighted to have visited with you, Harold, and seeing your family and your lovely grounds.
Thank you, Art. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for including us.
Bye.
Bye now.
And now, at another banquet table in Beverly Hills, the Toastmaster General of the United States, Mr. George Jessel.
Thank you, thank you. And first, a word about the chicken served here tonight. One word, leather. I am frequently asked how it is possible for a human stomach to stand 200 dinners like this every year. And tonight I'm going to reveal for the first time the secret of the Jessel digestion. Are you ready? Presenting Jessel's secret. Tums for the tummy. You see, if all this food upsets my stomach, I simply take 2 of these wonderful Tums, and the result is I feel fine. Because Tums fix acid indigestion and heartburn faster than you can say delicatessen. And Tums Relief really lasts, too. They taste good. They taste like candy mints. And they're so handy that I carry them in my pocket wherever I go. And finally, just before going to bed, I take a Tums nightcap. 2 Tums to make sure that I get my beauty sleep. So take a tip from Jessel, ladies. You get Tums, too. The best friends your tummy ever had. And carry them as faithfully as you carry the keys to your home.
Tums, 10 cents a roll, 3 rolls for a quarter. The handy new Tums vacuum tin, $1, with 12 rolls and metal carrier free. Fix acid indigestion the modern way. Get Tums for the tummy right away.
Beverly Hills is the home of many of America's most famous songwriters, so we want you to meet a few of these E-flat tycoons, leading off with Maestro Gordon Jenkins. You're not Gordon Jenkins, Chico.
I know. The big shot conductor hires me to take his bows.
Now run along. This is Gordon Jenkins, our maestro, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Here he is. Gordon has written such songs as San Fernando Valley and Manhattan Towers. And right now we have some other fellas sitting out there. Tony Martin, Helen O'Connell. Come on over and join me. We'll introduce a few of these people. Sing some of their songs. Where's Wolfie Gilbert? Stand up, Wolfie. He's the dean of our Western Tin Pan Alley, the head of the ASCAP on the coast. And he wrote a song that went like this.
Join that shovel and drum. Hear that music and song. It's simply great, mates. Waiting for the levee, waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
Oh, there's Johnny Green, MGM's musical director. And the man has written a whole lot of songs. Helen, how about giving us an example?
Oh, his most famous one. My heart is sad and lonely. For you I pine, for you
lovely song.
Why haven't you seen it?
He sees
I'm all for you, body and soul.
I see sitting down there Grace Kahn, the wife of Gus Kahn, who the immortal songwriter. She's a songwriter too. And of course, Tony Martin sings your husband's love song as his theme.
Tender eyes that shine, they will light my way tonight. I'll see you in my dreams.
Where is Harry Ruby? The team of Kalmar and Ruby. And what were those three little words, Helen?
Three little words.
Baseball.
Oh, what I'd give for that wonderful phrase. To hear those three little words. That's all I'd live for the rest of my days.
That's a good song. Milton Agar. Where's Milton? He asked a musical question, and this made him famous.
I wonder what's become of Sally, that old gal of mine.
Real nice, Tony. Joe Myro. Where are you, Joe? Well, he immortalized a real old-timer on the East Coast. How'd it go, Helen?
On the boardwalk in Atlantic City, we will walk in a tree. On the boardwalk in Atlantic City, life will be peaches and cream.
Once upon a time, I went to a motion picture that was not scored by Victor Young over there.
Every star above knows the one I love, sweet Sue, sweet Jenny.
Ira Gershwin. Ira Gershwin, stand up there, will you? He wrote one of Tin Pan Alley's all-time love songs. Tony and Helen, let's all do it together.
You too?
Yeah, me, too.
Embrace me, my sweet embrace. Embrace me, I'm fickle. You irreplaceable.
Don't be a naughty baby.
Come to Artie.
Come to Tony.
Fight over me, I love it.
My sweet
Yes, this is my city, and I'm happy to be a part of it, even though it's the smallest part in the whole show.
Hey, you look like a fella who used to be my brother.
I don't think I got your name.
No, I got my name.
I think you're pulling my leg.
Yeah, just to get him even.
Well, would you mind helping me push this camera store around?
I'm sorry. I gotta go to the golf course and lay down in the sand trap.
Sand trap?
Yeah, you see, it's a Sunday, and that's when I see my psychiatrist.
I'm sure I used to know him. If I'm not mistaken, we both had the same mother.
Don't push that camera store around. That's a woman's work.
This is a tough town. Someone's always pushing a camera store around. That kid's certainly crazy about show business. Is my film about Beverly Hills ready?
It's in the machine, sir, ready to go.
Well, this is Beverly Hills Confidential. Real inside stuff. Would you mind running it?
Certainly.
This is Fido's, the fashionable shop for the fashionable poodle. That's Sir Cedric Hardwick bringing his pup in for a haircut. And that's more than Sir Cedric can get. That's Alice Scott with him. She's a dog columnist for the Los Angeles Examiner. That's a miniature silver poodle. Not the big one, that's Marie Windsor. That dog was bred by Randolph Scott's mother-in-law's dog while he was in Mexico on location. How's that for a juicy bit of information? Give him a good clipping now, Marie. Oh, Marie. Sorry. Oh, that'll cost $9. I should never have done that. The sheriff there, who hasn't arrived yet, is Virginia's husband, Willard Parker. He ought to be in any hour now. No, I guess he's never showing up. Say, that's the first dog I've ever seen with a bikini on. Now, he isn't really a sheriff, but he really is her husband. I found that out when I made these pictures. That dog is worth $25,000. There's a Scotty down the street trying to marry him for his money. You notice Willard Parker has a gun. Later, when he gets the bill, he can shoot himself. Put it on, Willard, put it on. This is Drucker's barbershop. That's Drucker flipping the pages of his appointment book. He's also overacting. Here comes the schnook now. Oh, yes. This is the most exclusive barbershop in the country. That's George Raft from the first chair. I always knew he'd get the chair. Everybody telephones out here. No matter where you are, you must telephone. And who do you think he's talking to? The guy in the next chair, Lawrence Welk. This schnook coming in is a tourist. He's got the nerve to walk into Drucker's for a haircut without making an appointment. Last week, the Prince of Monaco came in without an appointment and said, has anybody here seen Kelly? And they threw him out. That's Drucker flipping the pages of his appointment book. He's also overacting. He says you can come in 2 weeks from Thursday at 7 a.m. if your beard isn't too tough. Well, back to the cornfield, sucker. This studio adjoins Beverly Hills High School, which has an oil well on the campus that brings in 1,500 barrels a month. No oil, just 1,500 barrels. Isn't it a beauty? Now wait till you see what's coming up next. Here it comes now, just hold tight. Beautiful scene. Now there's the oil well. That's Lon Chaney. He still hasn't decided whether to go on to the next plateau or sell this gold to his dentist, who's on the golf course Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was thrown out of this beautiful home last night. I told him Groucho sent me, but I'll make it tonight. I must. I live there. Goodbye.
Thank you, Groucho. That's a beautiful home you have there. And now from the underprivileged district of Beverly, we go to swank and beautiful North Roxbury Drive for another visit.
This is Roxbury Drive on the fashionable west side, although all sides are fashionable in Beverly Hills. And this is the 30-year-old home of citizen James Stewart and family.
Say, Jimmy Stewart. Hi.
Oh, hello, Art.
You got quite a gang there. Do you know who they all are?
Let's see. Ronald, Michael over here, Kelly.
Kelly's hiding her face.
Yeah. And Judy.
Who's also hiding.
And my wife, Laura.
Well, now, where have you been as a family today?
We've been to church.
Which church do you go to?
That's the Beverly Hills Community Presbyterian Church.
And I understand, Miss Stewart, that you do a little work there.
Yes, I teach Sunday school, Art.
Some of your own children in your Sunday school class?
Yes, these two. They show their faces down there.
You mean the hidden ones?
Yes.
The two young men, where do you go to school, boys?
Black Fox Military Institute.
Black Fox. Now, what's your rating?
PFC.
And the other young fellow?
Corporal.
Well, aren't you the younger one?
Yes.
How come the younger one's a corporal and the other one's a private?
Uh-oh.
So you got out of that
I'm
one.
sorry. We'll change the subject immediately.
Guess not.
Do you do much entertaining in your home?
No, not very much.
Live a kind of family life?
We keep us pretty busy.
What do you like to do around the house yourself, Jimmy? Do you have any idea, young fellow, what your dad does?
Plays with my airplanes and breaks them.
Oh, fine. A real do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
Undo-it-yourself. Mrs. Stewart, specifically, what help is Jimmy around the house?
Oh, he,
Oh, honey, say anything.
I know there's something. I know there is.
There must be something, Jimmy.
Yeah.
He gets up in the morning, dresses himself. Good.
This is embarrassing.
I know there's something.
What's the family going to do now, Jimmy?
We're going to the movies.
You consider that movies are your...
best entertainment.
Ah, yes. In that case, we'll run along. Thanks for letting us drop in.
Bye.
See, the Stewarts are just like any other average family next door that make $400,000 or $500,000 a year. In a minute, you'll find out about this empty chair and why it's at the speaker's table.
Hey, kids, don't just read about fun for the family with Kraft caramels. Come on, let's show everybody. Yes, let's show Mother. And let's show Dad, show everybody how you can all have fun making crunchy, munchy caramel popcorn balls together in your very own kitchen. Look how easy it is. And how much fun it is, too, when the whole family gets together to make Kraft caramel popcorn balls. Dad and Junior are unwrapping half a pound. That's 28 Kraft caramels. Mother puts them on the stove in the double boiler, and Sister adds 2 tablespoons of water. There. And after you've stirred the caramels over boiling water till they're melted to a smooth, luscious sauce, just kind of dribble it over the top of 2 quarts of salted, freshly popcorn. That's the way. And then toss it till the Kraft caramel sauce coats every kernel. Now, you can make your popcorn balls this way. After moistening your palms with water, of course. Pack the caramel corn lightly, like making snowballs, you know. Or you can use this new popcorn ball maker. Just scoop the bottom full of the corn, that way, and press the top on like so. Then, off with the top and... Look, Ma, no hands. Now, isn't that slick? You can buy these popcorn ball makers at most stores that carry chewy, soft, delicious Kraft caramels. Why don't you get some Kraft caramels tomorrow?
Irving Stone, the famous biographer, and many, many others, Sheila Graham and others I'd like to have you meet. This empty chair here is reserved for Beverly's original ambassador of goodwill, Will Rogers, the man who has certainly made all of us know from the start that Beverly is a most unusual place.
It's a most unusual place. It's an island of glamour and grace. With the straightest of face, I say smog, not a trace. It's a most unusual place. When a star sweeps by in her mink, she's en route to her doctor to think. For emotional ills, come to Beverly Hills. It's a most unusual place. Imaginations are byword. It makes our city grow skyward. If you have enough money, one can live cheaply and true. Lovely to look at, delightful to live in Beverly Hills. A combination of thrills inspires a man to sing of a sky of blue, a city bright as the rainbow's hue. It's heaven on earth, made of laughter and mirth, this city of mine. But here's a word of warning to you. They tow up your car each night at 2:30. In January, and wet as a sponge, en route to Palm Springs we extol dear Beverly's charm. On corners, kids are yelling, let's go for a be paid.
In our dear sun-kissable town, in our lovable, blissful town, you forget all the hurry and worry and shake. You forget life's maddening pain.
It's a most unusual, I prefer San Fernando Valley myself. Most unusual place. How I love this wonderful town. Brother, you've never seen such a town. It's the toast of the coast. Pardon me if I boast of this most unusual, most unusual, most unusual town.
Well, you've been inside Beverly Hills. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being with us. I'll see you 4 weeks from today on the next Sunday Spectacular, a Max Liebman production starring Imogene Coco, Tony Randall, and many others. Don't miss the Festival of Music tomorrow night, produced by Saul Hurock, narrated by Charles Lawton. What timing! I see my limousine is waiting, so goodbye.
Next Sunday at this time, be sure to watch